And we're live.
Sweet.
Here we go. Chat. Right. There we go. We're on.
Wait, people in the chat already.
Yep, I can see that we do. So who's here in the chat? We got Monty's here. So is Amy and Shattered Perfection. Hello. That guy, Matt Rays. Who else? What's up? Yeah, everything's good here. And we got you, Zach, 2 on here. Yes.
Yep.
Love the space Ross from Amy. Thanks, Amy. Alright, so
Sitting back drinking my tea.
yeah.
What's up, dude?
So, hello everyone who's watching. Welcome to the 19th hour on the Creepy Channel Crawl. I'm Random Ross on my horror channel, Random Horror, and my guest is Zach from Cavern of Terror.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. So, does anyone have any questions they want to ask us?
I'm open to anything.
Yeah. Let's see. So where are you right now in the world?
Me?
Yeah.
The United States.
I'm in the United Kingdom.
Not that far. Just a drive over the mountain, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, what kind of made you wanna like become like a horror tuber?
Oh, I love horror. I love horror movies, man. Like a
Yeah.
lot. Grew
Yeah,
up
I
with
do.
Friday the 13th series and stuff.
I love Friday the 13th too.
Like
Yeah.
the first 2 movies I like vividly remember are Friday 2 and Friday 4. Like
Yeah. Yeah, I remember well, I've got all the Friday films. I liked it to part 4. I like part 6, but then I think after that it started to get a bit daft.
yeah, I didn't really like Jason Takes Manhattan. 7
No,
was
that's
alright.
yeah. That part 8 is basically Jason goes to Manhattan
Right.
because
The
he's
whole
there for like
they couldn't afford to film there, so they only
nah,
had so many scenes.
yeah. And who's in the chat? Monty G says the human centipede, and we also have two masking. Yeah, Monty G. He said that. I don't know. Have you seen any of them films?
Oh yeah, I love the first one. I think the first
Yeah,
one's great.
yeah. That messed me up for a while. That film stayed with like traumatized me for 4 years.
Oh yeah, it's terrifying. Like it's one of the scariest things. It's so odd too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. But then the third one, when I watched that, I thought it was just mental. Dieter Laser was funny, but in fact, 90% of that film's probably just him shouting.
Yeah, it's a little they go a little like the sequel, the original sequel
Yeah.
is great.
Mm.
Really good. I like the fact that they went black and white. It's super, super serious.
Yeah.
But then they just went all out crazy on the third one. And
Yeah.
I scared.
Yeah, he follows me on Twitter, the writer director Tom Six.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and Gory's here too from Horror Addicts.
She
Hi,
asked me if
Gory.
I was gonna watch what I thought of Mom and Dad, the new Nicolas Cage film.
Oh yeah, that's not out over here. I think it's out in March in the UK.
It's
But
good. I suggest it.
I've seen a trailer for it. Yeah, it looks funny.
I really like it. I'll be picking that up real soon when it comes out.
We have Dice Rolling here too. Hello. Yep.
It's already out on VOD, but it's not out on Blu-ray until the 23rd.
23rd.
Yeah.
Right.
So you guys probably won't get it until who knows when on Blu-ray.
Yeah. What else is there? Yeah, Gory Bees here and that. So, what are your thoughts on the Dark Universe? Do you think they should give it another shot with, like, with Universal Monsters? Because The Mummy was a bit of a letdown. I mean, I personally liked it.
I mean, I think they should try to be scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of trying to be another Fast and the Furious franchise.
Yeah, what I think they should... well, they said they're going to do Bride of Frankenstein with Javier Bardem and Angelina Jolie. But that's, as far as I know, has been postponed because it was meant to come out in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the whole problem is they're trying to build their stories around actors. You know, when they put out the photo of all the actors that they got.
Yeah, Johnny Depp for The Invisible Man, Russell Crowe, who was in The Mummy as Jekyll and Hyde.
He was great too. Like, he was one of the best parts of the movie, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I liked it too when he did that. But I think we're sort of in an era of franchises and cinematic universes, like, because it's done well with Marvel and DC. They're just like getting started and that, and I think they're trying to do it with horror.
You gotta try to do it organically, like they did with the original,
Yeah, the
monster.
old films and that. Yeah, I've seen all of them.
Expect people to care right away when you don't care about any of the characters. You're trying to shoehorn so much into one movie, it just doesn't work. You need to write here's what I think. You need to write a good story first, and then build upon that. If your inclusion of the other characters works, put it in. If it doesn't work, wait until the next movie.
Yes.
There's even standalone films in the Marvel universe that are connected to the universe.
Yeah, like Guardians of the Galaxy. The first connection I've ever seen that with any of the other films is in the Infinity War trailer at the end, when Thor's like coming face to face with him.
Right. Well,
yeah.
The perfect example of like them making a movie that's part of the universe and not part of the universe is Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange isn't part of anything.
No, it's not.
He just comes in later. Like, they're going to introduce him in Infinity War to the rest of the people, unless you didn't watch the post-credit scene.
I watched. I'd stay around for the credits.
Yeah.
No matter what. I just like. Yeah, and it's not just me. It's like a bunch of other like Marvel geeks and that'll sit after credits.
I did that. I did that for Justice League.
Yeah, whether they're worth staying for or not. DC have started to do that. Yeah, from Justice League, because before that, none of them had anything in it.
Even Wonder Woman had one, and it's on the Blu-ray as a deleted scene, but they didn't use
it. I looked at that and I thought, oh, they should have kept it in there. There was a mid-credit scene in Suicide Squad with Bruce Wayne setting the events for Justice League. And
you can even say that one is a separate film too. There are some Easter eggs, but
I also I like the after credit scene of Justice League when it's like Lex who's like escaped and we have Deathstroke
It's so
introduced.
DC. It's crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what I see when I see DC.
yeah. DC, the Injustice League.
Right? I'm ready for it, or the Legion of Doom, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. I wasn't too sure about Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, but from seeing him in that post-credit scene, the suit and the bald head, maybe we haven't seen what he can really do to the character just yet.
Yeah, but I think he's pulling it off. I think he's gonna rein it in the next time. If they get it next time, I hope they do. Because I
Yeah,
actually like Justice League, unlike a lot of people. I
yeah.
hope they
I
get
think
another
it,
one.
I think it takes a couple of installments for a cinematic universe to take off. They did it with Thor. That started to pick up more, and Wonder Woman. They're like fourth installments of that universe, of the universes. Yeah,
Well, we know that we're getting a sequel to Wonder Woman. We know that that
yeah.
Aquaman is coming out in, I think,
Oh, come on. November, directed by James Wan.
November. Yeah, and I'm super excited for that. So
Yeah,
huge
and
Aquaman fan.
I think he's working on The Conjuring 3 as well, James Wan.
Is he directing that one or just writing that one?
I don't know, but from what I can gather, the third one's going to be the last Conjuring. But again, they've sort of like given that a cinematic universe, haven't they? With like Annabelle, the two Annabelle films, and
Right.
now we've got none coming out this year. And
Everybody's about this cinematic universe. It all came around full circle. Horror, and then superheroes back to horror again.
yeah,
It all
yeah.
comes full circle.
I always thought, would a slasher cinematic universe be a good idea?
Absolutely. Freddy versus
Yeah,
Jason is a catalyst. It's
yeah,
awesome. Freddy versus Jason sets up so many opportunities. Plus, there was a
yeah,
Necronomicon in Jason
yeah.
Goes to Hell.
Jason Goes to
You
Hell
can bring
and
in Ash.
Evil Dead 2 in the shed. If in the background there was like Freddy's glove there.
Yeah. I would still love to see them make that comic that they made afterwards into a movie.
Yeah, they never made it into a film. I would love to have seen that. And Bruce Campbell, he still plays Ash now in Ash versus Evil Dead.
He could easily do it. They could easily
Yeah.
do it.
Robert Englund, he could still do it. He looks well enough.
Right.
He's
Even if they like somehow made an episode of Ash versus Evil Dead where they brought in Jason or they brought in Freddy.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
If they do bring Jason back or anything, it's got to be Kane Hodder. He's the only one who ever, who can be Jason. And I mean, Ken Kersinger was okay as Jason in Freddy versus Jason, but there's so much that film could have been done better. I think they should have got a more experienced director that had a better knowing of the characters. Because Ronnie Yu, he only ever seen. Yeah, he saw the first installments of each Nightmare and Friday franchise. And I feel like if he just watched a bit more of them, got to know more of the characters, he could have been more directed better. Because it's like in Jason's Nightmare, he's scared of water for some reason, and basically lives in the water.
He's never been scared of water ever.
Yeah.
Like he's in the water in like 5 out of the 8 films before
that,
9 films before that.
It
doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I like Kane, but I'm a huge fan of the Derek Mears Jason from the remake.
Oh yeah, Derek Mears was a good Jason, and they were in Hatchet 3 together, Hodder and Mears.
Yeah, I thought that was great too. That's one of the reasons why I love Hatchet 3 is that confrontation between Jason and Jason.
Yeah, Hatchet. Well, yeah, the trilogy is just one big film broken into 3 films.
Right. Have you seen the 4th one yet?
Not yet. I know it's out and it is on my list to watch. And I was told by Vicky Nightmare Maven that it ends abruptly.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's setting things in motion for another film.
It's like it's a sequel, right, to the fourth one or to the third one, but yet it's a reboot at the same time. So they could do another one if they wanted to.
Yeah,
And like, if you're a fan of the franchise, you're gonna love the movie. Like,
yeah, I also like the cameos. Like the first one had with Robert Englund in the opening, and Tony Todd. Tony Todd had more of a character. He had more screen time in the second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He even had Ari Mikhailov, who played Leatherface in
Yeah.
part 3.
Yeah. Have you seen that Leatherface film?
I've seen all the Leatherface movies.
Yeah, the Leatherface film, prequel to the 1974. I liked that one. I liked how he went from the transformation in the film, looking like a normal person, and then just seeing him like get shot in the face and disfigured. I like that. It was like sort of like Darth Vader in many ways. Yeah.
Interesting.
The kid they got for Leatherface in that, he's English. He was.
They got an English actor to play him?
Yeah, because he was on a British soap called EastEnders, and that was the only thing I'd ever seen him in. And then he just went from like that, a British soap, to iconic horror character, Leatherface.
Right. Oh, you never know unless you look into the character's backstory, into the actors' like filmographies of where they're from. Like, I didn't know that Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead was English until like season 5. I had no idea.
Andrew Lincoln's a big English actor. He did loads of like dramas before he went to America. He was in a supernatural series called Afterlife, where he's like this detective, I think, and he has this psychic that helps him out, like to solve the murders of like the victims that come to her, the psychic. That's a good series. I think it lasted 2 series. And
that sounds good, though. That sounds really
also, he was in Love Actually. And
he's in the sequel, too, that they did made for TV.
Yeah, and he was in... he's been in all sorts over here. And I think The Walking Dead's like probably his first like thing over in America. And that.
Yeah,
it's
I've I've seen him in maybe one other thing. It was like an Amazon exclusive show. In like one season of it.
Yeah, and Morgan in The Walking Dead, he's English too.
Also English. Lauren Cohen is also English.
Yeah, she is. She was in The Vampire Diaries, speaking in her proper voice.
She was in Supernatural as well.
Yeah, it's like she was a villain in Supernatural, and then Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who's like the villain in The Walking Dead.
Right. And she was actually supposed to be a love interest for Dean.
Oh, right.
But they canceled. They shelved those plans after like season 3.
Yeah.
They had like 3 or 4 love interests for that character forever. I've seen like the first 5 seasons, like I don't know how many times.
Yeah, I like the whole 4 Horsemen story they did on Supernatural too.
There's a lot of good episodes, great episodes. But like, if you're new to the series, there's so much to watch now because they're on season 13. Crazy.
Yeah. They're about to do a spin-off as well this year.
Another spin-off? Because the first one didn't really do well.
No, they're getting another spin-off. I can't remember what it's called, but it's got them 2 women in it.
I remember the one. It was Supernatural Bloodline. And it was alright. But there was another one that I would love to have seen them do. It was the one where they were, I think it was in season 8, where they went to a small town and there was this guy that was training these kids to become hunters.
Yeah.
And it ended up, he was the one that was killing their families. They had to take him out. I would have loved to see those characters move on and do their own show.
Yeah. Monty G, he asks, have you seen the Cloverfield Paradox yet?
I have not seen it yet. I haven't had the time. I want to.
Just looking at the chat here. Amy's Autopsy Reports asks, hey Ross, have you seen the show Ghost Stories of Christmas? I recently got an import from this BBC show. I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever watched it, but maybe I'll have to look for that and watch it. And that, Amy. I've seen the Cloverfield Paradox.
What do you think?
I liked how it tied in with the first one, and that we had a brief cameo from the monster Clover. But other than that, it was kind of like Life, because it was like set on a space station, like the film Life. Gory B, she says that her cousin wrote Leatherface. Yeah, you did a live stream with him once. I remember watching that. Texas Chainsaw Massacre says. Yeah, we've been talking about the Hatchet films and that. And CP from Will I Am is here. What's going on with us? Everything's great here. For me, first stream I've ever done. I mean, I did a test stream with Gory B about a week ago, but this is like the first proper one I've done.
You're doing a great job.
Thanks. And he also asked
out all the issues before we went live, right?
Yeah. Also, CP from Will I Like It Reviews is asking how you're doing too.
I am fantastic, CP. Thanks for asking, buddy.
Yep.
I was gonna throw my computer through the window earlier, but hey.
Throw it through the window. Was it messing you about?
Yeah, well, I have a PC that I play games on, and I'm trying to get Dead by Daylight to play, and it will not play. So I was not very happy about that.
And Jason Takes Omegle says, only just started watching Black Mirror. I actually started an episode in season 4 with the Black Mirror. Have you watched that?
I haven't. I've heard so many people talk about it. There's 2 shows that I want to watch. Black Mirror and Channel Zero. I really want to watch both those shows. Yeah,
Black Mirror is good. It's like it's sort of like a modern day Twilight Zone. It's like a dark anthology series that is set around how us humans live our lives around machines and technology. And there are a couple of messed up moments in the series, such as the first episode, which involves a pig. I won't say any more about that. But it's a good series. There's like 3 episodes in the first 2 series, and then there's a Christmas special. They get a lot of actors in it, 2 big actors. In episode 2 of series 1, that has Rupert Everett in, and it has Daniel Kaluuya in it from Get Out, before he became as big as he is now.
Well, Black Mirror's an English show, right?
Yeah, he's English too.
Yeah, because you mentioned Christmas specials, and I know that a lot of the English shows do Christmas specials.
Yeah, it has a Christmas special with Ray Spall and John Hamm that's starring that one.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then season 3 it got bought by Netflix, and the 3rd season was very Americanized. They seem to do a lot of stories based around American characters, which I thought, it's still English though, but I think they got a lot of American stuff involved. Like, what's her name? She was in Jurassic World. The ginger woman.
Oh, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah, she's in one episode of Black Mirror with Alice Eve. And it's got Benedict Wong in one.
You're definitely going to get a lot more production value with it being owned by Netflix.
Yeah, one
American
episode in
production.
season 4 was directed by Jodie Foster.
Awesome.
She directed an
I really
episode.
liked Money Monster that she directed.
Yeah, Money Monster, that's a good one too. That's a British lead actor in it too, Jack O'Connell.
He's really good in it.
Yeah, I know him
like
from the.
too.
Yeah, I knew him from the UK version of Skins. And I heard they made an American Skins, but that got like cancelled.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. It was on MTV.
MTV. They seem to have more shows than music channels, music videos now.
Yeah, if you want to watch music videos on MTV, you have to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. And then there's like all these other MTV channels, you know, like MTV2, MTV Music, and MTV shows.
Right. I mean, there are some great shows on MTV.
Yeah.
I really like Teen Wolf. I think it's good.
Yeah, I've watched all of Teen Wolf as well. Yeah. I thought it was going to be something like the 1980s film with Michael J. Fox, but it wasn't. It was like more serious. It was like Vampire Diaries, but werewolves.
And Monty also said the Scream TV show, and yeah, first 2 seasons of that were great.
Yeah, it were. It wasn't set in Woodsboro like the films, and the mask looked completely different.
Right.
And then the first season, I think, was produced by Wes Craven before he passed.
He was actually supposed to direct the first episode too. But he passed away before he could do it. But one of his editors that edited like all of his films after Scream, Patrick Lussier, directed an episode.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Really underrated director.
Yeah.
Directed Dracula 2000.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Gerard Butler, Johnny Lee Miller, Christopher Plummer. Yeah, that's a good one. It's like, you know, when it was like the millennium, it's like everyone was doing stuff that were like from 2000, like Blues Brothers and that. Yeah, God, it's nearly 20 years since the millennium now. That's mad.
Making everybody seem old.
Yeah, but I feel old when I talk about the 90s and that, because I was like a kid in the 90s. So yeah, it's like I might say to kids, you know, Cartoon Network back in the 90s was its golden days. Yeah, and stuff. And I like saying, you know, when we was your age, you know, Pluto was a planet. We had 9.
Right.
Yeah.
When you talk about modern films, you got to be careful anymore, because modern films are from like 2010 to now. So anything before that is like an old school film.
Yeah.
Like my favorite movie came out over 20 years ago, so it's like, and I remember when it came out.
Yeah, I remember a lot of things the first film I ever went to see in the cinemas was nearly 20 years ago, and it was Godzilla. You know, the 1998 film with Matthew Broderick.
I remember when that came out too.
Yeah, I remember watching that, and I was absolutely terrified at first because, you know, I'd never been to the cinemas or out before, and Godzilla, you know, I'd never seen a monster movie like that, so I was scared at first, but once I got like a good look at the face of Godzilla, I wasn't too scared then.
He just looks like a giant lizard.
Yeah. And then
I believe it's done by like the 90s disaster king, Roland Emmerich.
Oh yeah. Yeah, 90s disaster films and that.
He's done so many disaster films. Day After Tomorrow, 2012.
Yeah, it's like in a end of the world situation, stay away from the Statue of Liberty. Because like Day After Tomorrow, it got swamped in like ice. And Planet of the Apes, it was only just standing. Cloverfield, it had its head ripped off. Yeah.
Escape from New York.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Escape from New York, Escape from LA. Kurt
there's got to
Russell.
be a nod in Cloverfield to Escape from New York with the head ripped and landing in the street and stuff.
Yeah. And also giant monsters that when we're talking about Godzilla, they rebooted that in 2014, and well, that was the start of the giant monster cinematic universe.
I'm actually excited for it. I'm really excited to see King Kong fight Godzilla. Like, how awesome is it that our generation gets to see it, or generation afterwards gets to see it?
Yeah, it's like, because there is a post-credit scene in Kong Skull Island where Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston's characters are in a interrogation room, and then these people show them images of other monsters. Like Kong isn't the only one.
I think that's cool. That's like the best post credits that you can do.
Yeah,
and
not it just
showing you anything that it's not introducing new characters. It's just like, oh look, this could possibly happen. You know what I mean?
It's like cuts to blank and we hear Godzilla's roar.
Like we don't need anything else. Well, I actually heard that before that happened, Guillermo del Toro was trying to get a Pacific Rim versus Godzilla film.
All right.
I think that would be really cool because really it's a giant it's a kaiju film, and Godzilla is a kaiju.
Yeah, that's coming out as well this Pacific Rim Awakening.
Cool. I'm kind of upset that Charlie Hunnam's not in it, but they brought everyone else back.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it was still written by Del Toro. I'm not sure about that. I'd have to look. Or somebody in the chat to let me know.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro, he does a lot of good films like Hellboy and Blade 2 and Crimson Peak. I like that one as well. Pan's Labyrinth, have you seen that one?
Pan's Labyrinth? Yeah.
Yeah.
Pan's Labyrinth is gorgeous to look at.
Yeah. It's like, story time for adults.
Yeah, I thought it was good. Really good.
Yeah.
I saw Crimson Peak in theaters.
Yeah, I did as well.
I really like that movie. Tom Hiddleston's very good in that.
Yeah. Tom Hiddleston, he seems to make like a good villain and a good person too.
Yeah, he's like, I love the metamorphosis of his character in Crimson Peak, because when he first comes in, he's so smooth, and then he goes through so many phases throughout that movie, different characters.
Yeah.
It just shows how good he is. He's great.
Yeah.
He was almost Thor.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. But didn't he turn it down? Yeah. And then became Loki.
Yeah. Just imagine how different it would have been if they would have had a different Loki and he would have been Thor.
Yeah. Thor. The bearded slasher says, who never ages. See Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, I don't think he. No, I tell you who else didn't age: Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, Patrick Stewart still looks the same as he did back at Star Trek.
Yeah, my dad says it's a bold thing because he's bold, and yeah, he hasn't really aged much since I've known him. He's only gone like grey in his beard. But
and even had gray hair back on Star Trek. So
yeah.
He might not have had gray in his beard, but he definitely had gray in his hair.
Yeah, he did. He was like 47 when he did that Star Trek. He's like 78 nearly.
My favorite captain ever is Captain Picard. So
yeah, I like original Star Trek, but I like Captain Picard.
I think he's great. And his first officer, Commander
Yeah,
Riker,
yeah, number one.
he's my favorite. Well, I grew up in the '90s, so I watched Voyager, and I really liked Voyager, and I liked the crossovers that they did with Star Trek: The Next Generation too.
Yeah, yeah, I grew up in the 90s watching all that. Like Star Trek, X-Files and that. I remember being scared of X-Files. I just found the music for that unsettling. And I remember one episode where there's like a man living under the escalators and he like eats people or something.
But
And
there
I
was
remember another one called
there's a
Squeeze.
bunch. It was like a guy that lived in the air vents in one. That was in
Yeah,
season one.
Squeeze.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a bunch. Super creepy episodes of X-Files.
Yeah, and then I remember being scared of Goosebumps. I
Goosebumps
mean,
was legit back in
I
the
mean,
day.
it was a kids program, but I just found it scary. But I was never scared of Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I
You know,
remember that one too.
it's like I didn't like Goosebumps, but my sister did, and she didn't like Are You Afraid of the Dark, but I did. But one episode that I did think was a little bit way too scary was The Tale of the Dead Man Floats. Remember that one with the swimming pool and that red skeleton monster?
Yeah. Oh, the Horrorland
Yeah,
two-parter.
Goosebumps. Yeah, I
The
remember that
Horrorland.
one.
The monsters that were trying to like. It's weird just how that episode went. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Super. And then the families, their car is trying to drive off a cliff at the end of it.
yeah. Uh, yeah, and the whole thing was a reality show for the monsters.
Right. Super like that was for the adults too. That episode was definitely for adults too. The director
Yeah,
had a vision for that one.
there's Goosebumps sequel coming out this year. You know the film they did with Jack Black. They're doing a sequel where they're in Horrorland.
Oh, I am so excited because I liked the first one. I thought that
Yeah,
Jack Black was great, and the kid from Don't Breathe was good in it
yeah,
too.
yeah. Percy Jackson. Yeah.
You're thinking of Logan Learman.
Oh, am I?
Yeah. I forget the name of the actor that was in Don't Breathe.
Yeah, I know who you mean.
But I can't remember his name.
I just thought, what if they did a film just like Goosebumps, but with Stephen King, and all his monsters come to life? Like Goosebumps had Slappy the Living Dummy, and
Right.
the one with Stephen King, like they could call it like Creep Show, and have Pennywise as the main villain.
Right. Oh, that would be cool. Well, they are doing some kind of a show on Netflix, or not Netflix, but Hulu called Castle Rock.
Oh, yeah.
It's an
You
anthology.
don't get Hulu over here.
Stephen King stuff.
You
So
don't have Hulu here.
Yeah, it's basically well, yeah, it's basically just an anthology series.
Yes. Yeah. Tell you what would be good as Stephen King, Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey in anything.
Yeah.
Maybe if they did Salem's Lot again.
Yeah. I've only seen that film once, and it was like years ago. But one film.
Two.
Yeah, one film that I watched that was a Stephen King adaptation was Pet Sematary. I remember watching that, and I laid awake the night I watched it, and I didn't sleep at all because it was that scary for me. But looking at it now, I'm just completely immune to it.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts. There's some scenes. There's the gross out scene at the end.
When he's kissing her and she's like all on the face.
She's like bleeding out of her eye and everything is like really gross.
I think what the hell did Gage do to her?
I have no idea.
I liked it when I look at it now and I think I like the whole like double act thing, like Gage and the Cat Church do together, like a menacing duo.
Right.
Yeah, and yeah, I've got. This is probably going to be a daft question, but you've seen it, haven't you? The new one.
Yeah, I've seen both
Yeah,
in the original and the new one.
yeah, I've seen both. Yeah. I like the remake slightly more because
Well, it's just a more cohesive film.
yeah, and also we're in like an age now where we can push boundaries a bit more, and they can do stuff they just didn't get away with in the miniseries.
Right.
Yeah,
But
like the opening scene with Georgie in the 1990 version. We just see Pennywise get his teeth out, but in the new one, we actually see him bite his arm
right.
off and drag him under.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was an opening scene. I saw a couple of guys like there were a couple of people jump in the theater when that happened.
Yeah, I saw it in 4D.
Saw them up.
4D.
Oh, with the vibrating seat and everything.
Yeah,
Oh,
my cinema has a 4D screen and an IMAX screen
there's
and a
nothing
VIP screen.
there's nothing like that near me. I mean, there's a VIP theater with the big leather chairs, but
Yeah,
we don't have the 4D. I don't think. I think like the closest 4D screen is like 2 hours away.
yeah.
So that's not gonna happen anytime soon for me.
Yeah, Gory says that is cool with the 4D cinemas and that.
I think
Amy's Autopsy Report says, Ross, you're pretty scary as a clown also. Yeah. Yeah, on my channel, both of them, I have a main channel and a horror channel. I like to play characters in that, personas, and on my main channel, one of those clown characters is Stabby the Clown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I've like done 7 series of that, and I'm like, it's currently on now. I put a new episode on Wednesday, Stabby the Clown, and then I do another clown called Whack Job on my horror channel. Whack Job, he just like he does a review show called the Wacky Horror Picture Show, where he
That's
reviews
cool.
2 wacky horrors. I do all kinds of stuff on both my channels. I like upload like a video, probably main videos every Friday on my horror channel, and Wednesday on my main channel. And then I do like random reviews whenever on my main channel. Just if I go at pictures, see a film, I'll come home, review it, and put it up, whatever. And then I do the same with horror films, revolting reviews.
I try, like with mine, the Cavern of Terror. I try to get out a review every
Yeah.
week, but it's been a while because
Mm.
my schedule is so weird. I work second shift, so I work from 3 in the afternoon until 12 at night. So I can't really do anything during the day, so I have to do things during my day off, which is Wednesday and Sunday. Wednesday and Sunday off. So I try to put out videos. I try to put out one every Wednesday or every Sunday.
Yeah, that's pretty much
And
my days off.
it
And
keeps
Saturday.
it consistent.
Yeah. Saturday. I work at, do you know the film The Full Monty?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I work at one of the set locations that they used to film at.
That's awesome.
I I work as one of the caretakers there. There's they used it to film the outside of the school, and then they used another part to the inside as like the job centre scene when they're dancing to Donna Summer.
Awesome.
And that. And then Prince Charles went there in 1998. Yeah. Yes. And basically now that location is just a community centre.
This is the community center now.
Yeah. community centre.
We have one. I think it's a couple of miles away. But it's just it's like a church combined with a youth center. When it's got everything.
Yeah. We get those over here too. Yeah, but what things do you get in America that we won't usually get here? Like over here, we have like Boxing Day, and that's like a day after Christmas Day. But you don't do it, do you?
No, not over here.
No, I know they do it in Australia as well.
I mean, I guess the biggest thing is we have Black Friday.
Yeah, we started doing that
the day after Thanksgiving, but it's weird because Thanksgiving is celebrated in different countries, but it's in different months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Black Friday, the sales actually start on Thanksgiving now. I mean, Black Friday is still a name, but it doesn't work like it used to.
We only started doing Black Friday, like 2 years ago. We started doing Black Friday,
and obviously we have Halloween. I know Halloween isn't very big over there either.
Yeah, we have Halloween over here, but yeah, it's not as big. It's like in America, you have the warm weather, don't you, all year round?
Kind of. I mean, it depends
where
on where you live in the United States.
Yeah, it's in the UK. We have Halloween, but it's like always cold and damp, and that.
That's how it is where I live, because in October it's pretty cold in Pennsylvania.
I don't think we started doing Halloween over here though until like John Carpenter's Halloween, because my parents tell me that they never did Halloween when they were kids, and it seemed to be like towards the end of the 70s, early 80s, people started doing it, and from what I can gather, that's from John Carpenter's Halloween that started it over here.
Yeah, I imagine. So it probably started in the late 70s, early 80s.
79, probably. We also have this. We have this holiday a week after Halloween called Bonfire Night, where we celebrate Guy Fawkes, who tried to destroy the Houses of Parliament in the early 1600s. We actually celebrate, terrorist, that never succeeded in what he did. We celebrate him, and every 4th of November is Mischief Night, where we play pranks on one another or jokes, but it represents the night he planned the gunpowder plot. And then we have Bonfire Night, where we celebrate what would have been there would have been a massive fire, and so we always burned a dummy of Guy Fawkes in the fire.
That's cool. I mean, we don't really have much differences with the main stuff, but we don't really have smaller holidays. We have the big ones.
Christmas, Easter, Halloween.
Christmas, Halloween, and for America, July 4th is Independence Day. So
to us, July 4th is just July 4th.
Man, the smaller ones, I guess Valentine's Day would be kind of big over here. It's not as big as it used to be.
Yeah, it's same over here. Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day is pretty big.
Yeah, we do St. Patrick's Day as well. Yeah, on the weekend of St. Patrick's Day, everyone dresses up as leprechauns and drinks Guinness.
I drink Guinness regularly, so I'm good with that. There's actually an Irish pub in my town, which I love going to.
Yeah.
And we wear the whole green on St. Patrick's Day and all that stuff. And the pinky and all that.
And holidays. Have you seen the film Holidays, the anthology film? Yeah, I like the Easter one. the Halloween one I thought was funny. Like that guy getting his comeuppance for what he did to them young women.
Right. It's directed by Kevin Smith too.
Yeah, Kevin Smith does a lot of good horrors as well as comedies, like Tusk and Yoga Hosers.
I really like Tusk.
Yeah, it was like Human Centipede, only it was a man being turned into a walrus.
It's great. The only thing I don't like about that movie is Johnny Depp's character.
I was surprised to see him in it, but then his daughter, Lily Rose Depp, she was like playing a clerk in it with Kevin Smith's daughter Harley Quinn, and then they got that spin-off film.
They're both spin-off film. I hope I see them in more stuff.
Yeah, they're doing a third film in that trilogy called Moose Jaws.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that one, for the sole reason that Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes are going to be in it as Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, and apparently they're going to kill them two off in it.
Oh, I'm ready for it though. I mean,
yeah,
I love him in everything. My favorite Kevin Smith movie has always been Dogma.
Yeah, I like Clerks 2.
Clerks 2 is great. I really like Clerks 2. I love Chasing Amy, Mallrats.
All that.
Like, he's done a lot of great movies.
Yeah. Speaking of Tusk, Justin Long in horror, he never seems to be very lucky in them, does he?
No. Drag Me to Hell. Drag Me to Hell.
Drag Me to Hell. He watches his girlfriend get dragged to hell.
Yeah. And then the movie with Christina Ricci and Liam Neeson.
Yeah. Afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
His girlfriend dies in that one too.
Jeepers Creepers. He gets eaten by the creeper.
He's actually got a good bit of horror movies under his belt. He's also in Yoga Hosers.
Yeah. I like to be Die Hard 4.
Oh yeah, I love Die Hard 4. Die Hard 4 is my favorite out of the whole franchise.
I didn't like Die Hard 5.
It's the worst movie experience I ever had in my life. I saw it in theaters. It was so bad. I still cannot stand that movie. I won't buy the new collection just because that's in it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, films, there are like many films that ruin their franchises, like Jaws the Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thinking, since when do sharks hold grudges?
Right.
And
the only movie that really survived kind of is the Underworld movie. Like, they're all still passably good. But the last one wasn't great, but it's not horrible.
I like Rise of the Lycans. That's my favorite one.
I saw that one in theaters.
I love werewolf films.
Lucian.
I've got one tattooed on my arm. A werewolf. And I like clowns.
You actually have a werewolf?
Yeah, on my arm. You can see it.
Oh, there it is, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of werewolves. I think we need more werewolves. There's a question for glory right there.
Yeah, they're remaking American Werewolf in London.
Isn't it supposed to be directed by John Landis' son?
Yeah, I think so. It's definitely got John Landis' approval.
Well, if it has his approval, then I guess it'll be good.
Evil Dead remake.
I love the Evil Dead remake too.
I know. In fact, I think that could easily pass for Evil Dead 4 because it doesn't have Ash Williams in it. I mean, it has Bruce Campbell in a post-credit cameo,
right?
But
the cabin that they go to in Ash vs. Evil Dead is the cabin from the remake.
Yes, I'm thinking, what if it's sort of in the same? What if it's not a remake? What if it is a fourth film?
Yeah. It's I don't think it actually is a remake. I think it's a reimagining. Like the House of Wax remake isn't really a remake.
Yeah.
Or the Prom Night remake really isn't a remake.
Prom Night's remake. I've seen the remake of Prom Night as well with Brittany Snow and Idris Elba.
Yeah, she was
Idris
always
Elba,
she was
he's
the best
English
part of
too.
the movie. Like, it falls apart so quickly.
Mm. And then Jamie Lee Curtis was in the original, obviously.
I saw that it's on Amazon Prime, and I really want to watch
it. Horror Miser says that his favourite werewolf film is The Howling.
I still need to pick that one up.
Yeah.
Dante for me.
Gory in from Horror Addicts. She says she's absolutely tired. I'm not surprised because she's been going since it started. It was 2 a.m. for me when it started.
It's 3:55 p.m. here now.
Yeah, it's about 5 to 9. 5 to 9 here. Yeah. In fact, we've only got about 5 minutes left before the next channel. I can't believe it's been nearly an hour.
Yeah, I thought it's only been about 20 minutes for me. Feels like
it's like when you do a live stream, I think, when do they go on for hours? Because it's like, you don't realise you've been on that long or.
Right. I'm actually planning on. I'm going to be live later tonight. I'm going to do a commentary for Scream.
Oh yes, Scream.
Yep.
Yeah. Those are fun. I lost my virginity to that film, Scream.
That's awesome.
As in horror virginity, the first ever horror film I saw. And I never found it scary. People say it was scary. I never found it scary.
It's not really scary. There's some disturbing aspects to it, like the psychological angle.
Yeah,
it's never really been a scary movie. They're fun. They're fun and they're inventive. They're definitely inventive. All of them.
Yeah.
Even the television series, which is a reboot, which is pure Scream. You know what I mean? Like, to take a series that has this story, and then you do it on television with a completely different story as a reboot.
Yeah, it's like Bates Motel. Bates Motel, that was kind of like a prequel, and then the final season been a remake of Psycho.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, like the shower scene in Bates Motel, when I was like waiting for like Rihanna to get stabbed in the shower, but they completely flipped it over, and it blew my mind, that shower scene in the episode of Bates Motel.
I still need to go and watch it. I know it's all on Netflix now, so I don't have to wait for anything. So I can just go and watch all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff I'm watching right now, like Scream Queens. I really like Scream Queens. I think it's great.
I like the first season. The second season, I lost interest, and I think, it got cancelled after 2 seasons.
Because I thought it was good. Jamie Lee Curtis is great, and
she even quotes Psycho, doesn't she, when she's having a shower?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a bunch of horror quotes and cameos, like cameos from lines from other movies.
Yeah. Well, I think we're just about out of time. So it's been great chatting with you.
Yeah.
We'll have to do it again sometime. And that. Yeah.
Definitely be open to that.
Oh yeah. Like I said, now that I got the whole live stream thing worked out, I said I'll probably start doing more live streams.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I definitely do. I'm gonna do more.
Yeah. And who's still watching us? A lot. Yeah, well, I think that's pretty much it for this live stream. Thanks for coming along, Zach.
No problem.
Yeah. And thanks to everyone who's been watching. So now I need to get up the end screen for for the next channel, which is going to be Horror Retrospective. I'll just get it on here. And that. Random plug my headphones. So yeah, see ya.
The web's #1 animated horror show. We're proud to present the 24-hour marathon, Creepy Channel Crawl. We know the trials and tribulations of getting a YouTube channel up and running and how it's even tougher to get it seen. Recently, YouTube's made it even more difficult with new rules saying any channel with fewer than 1,000 subscribers and less than 4,000 hours of view time for the past year can't monetize its videos. This not only prevents the channel from making any money from its efforts, but impacts its potential for being distributed on YouTube for viewers to discover and become fans.
That's why the HorrorTube community has come together, resulting in this 24-hour marathon organized by the Horror Addicts. Every hour, a different YouTube channel continues a live broadcast, helping raise awareness for other horror-related channels at risk for not meeting these new requirements. We encourage you to help HorrorTubers in need of support by clicking those subscription buttons, watching their videos, and raising their viewing time. Visit HorrorAddictsTV.com for the full marathon schedule with links to each YouTube channel ready to go live for your screaming support.
But don't y'all go nowhere, this Tag Rodeo is just getting started. Click the link and follow this live stream and hoedown to the next exciting channel.
Next in the marathon we have Horror Retrospective.
Right, so get yourselves over there, everybody, who's watched this live stream. Right then, well, see you all later. That, I'll probably hang out a bit on Horror Retrospectives. So yeah, till next time, all of you, don't have nightmares.